Now this one, I read some of the article, but since this shit has gone completely off the rails, I wanted to give you a real authentic reaction to this shit. And again, this shows even more like bullshit that Blizzard employees have gone to, and it's so weird how it just keeps getting worse and worse. Because I thought it was done with the whole making women go through like the fucking holes on their hands and knees, making them go through that shit. But it gone on a completely different level about stealing breast milk. Like, what the fuck are you gonna do with breast milk, huh? I guess we'll find out. Um, and it just and this has been going on for years. I wonder how many breast milk they fucking stole. Former and current act Former and current Activision Blizzard employees continue to come forward with their stories of discrimination and gendered abuse this week, including multiple employees claiming that the company was particularly abusive to breastfeeding workers. According to a new thread posted by Jessica Gonzalez on Wednesday depicting accusations from a Blizzard Women Discord server, breastfeeding workers were forced to sit on the floors to pump, giving unsanitary tables and unsafe power outlets, and even had their breast milk repeatedly stolen from refrigerators that were supposed to be locked. This has to be a joke. No, they had to do it with joking. I cannot see them looking at the breast milk and going, "Oh, I wonder how that tastes." I always want to know how Jessica tasted like. No, they had to steal that as a joke, as like to fuck these women over. And oh my god, I thought about like going to work at like a video game company like this, just because I'm a gamer, I'm a huge gamer, and I like that. So maybe going through that field. But I heard over time how workers, employees in Blizzard and shit are very underpaid, very overworked, and faced a lot of discrimination and harassment. And this was before this even showed up, so I already was like, nah, I am not doing that anymore. And I'm glad I did not go. Now let's see this shit. If you ever wanted a prime example of discrimination at ABK, this is it. This kind of negligence toward breastfeeding workers is criminal anywhere else, but it happened daily at Blizzard. Accommodating shouldn't be an afterthought. We can and should do better by our workers. And this is a Discord. I think it is part of the Discord server. They were talking about how they were just talking about that whole situation. So I'm about to read that off. I'm hoping that a number of items was fixed when I brought this up a few years ago. Everyone who was involved has since left, and the last I reported something, it appeared consistently people dropped the ball in maintaining these things. Some of the issues I encountered: the chairs would rock backward and could not be locked in position to properly position oneself to pump. Many mothers were sitting on the floors to pump. The tables were made of wood, were purpose and textured, so even though they were clean, breast milk built up and kicked in the table, discoloring and leaving trapped milk on the table. Ugh, that's just, this is gross. It's not because the women are breastfeeding; it's just gross because it's expired milk, and you know how smelly expired milk can be. The outlet situation was a fire hazard. There are only two plugs per room, one plug being used by a lamp with a USB jack for phones and another outlet for the pump. No outlet for laptops or extra table space to place a laptop. Pumping moms wanted to work or watch a show while pumping, so extension cords were being used. Goddamn, insufficient storage space. There were no locked QBs for moms to keep their pump safe. Many had to lug. Is there more? Give me more. There you go. Cords and space workspace. Had to lug them across campus multiple times a day as they didn't want to leave them behind. At the time, women were uncomfortable using Beat 13s. Refrigerators had padlocks that were not consistently locked or could be accessed by other employees. Employees were using the fridges to store their beer in, but the reason there were locks on them in the first place is that nursing people's breast milk would be stolen. Damn. Fridge to put store beer in, but the reason it's locked on them. Damn. They're stealing beer too? What the fuck? No one was keeping up sanitation standards. It did not appear that housekeeping was cleaning those rooms consistently the way the rest of the office was. Uh-oh. Give me more. Oh, is that it? That might be it. Now let's go back down. In that thread, ABK employee Stefan Lynn said, I'm not HR, so I'm done tiptoeing around these issues. To be sensitive, men told them, and if they wanted to keep that hush-hush, maybe they should circle back to me when I report things and share some transparency, how they, one, plan to respond, and two, how to mitigate these issues. I'm here to provide facts and testimonies of my investigations. As one of my few women in security, I'm quite frankly tired of seeing HR not follow through on things that should have been followed up on. God. That's why I never, ever, trust HR in any big company. A lot of people say, "Oh, you've been harassed by a boss. Go to HR. They'll take care of it." But if it's no union, in the workplace, there 9 times out of 10, they're not gonna do anything about it, and it sucks too, because if you do tell on your boss, sometimes they do find out that you told on them, so they will retaliate. Even though even though they say there's no retaliation, the boss can't do that. They will find a way. If you want a different position, they might not approve that, and then you might not get that position, and you might be stuck where you don't want to be. ABK producer Stephanie Cruz collaborated the claims regarding breast milk stealing, saying that while she was nursing, her pump's supply of breast milk was stolen from the backroom refrigerator. Kristik explained, "This was 2008. There was no fridge in the room, so I had to label and carry my breast milk out and store it in the break room fridge. It was very clearly breast milk in baggies with a baby's face on it. It was clearly mine, and I was the only lactating woman in the building. One day, I went to retrieve my pump supply at the end of the day, and it was gone. There were no other mothers in the building, and very few women at all in either QA or CS at the time. All the other items I had seen earlier were still in the fridge. They were dated and labeled." She concluded someone had either taken my bags and tossed them or stolen them for some creepy reason. This was devastating, not for the creep factor, but because I was already very low supply and I had a baby who wouldn't latch. I was already supplementing and struggling to get milk. She said that the person who did it was never found, calling the person who did it demented for stealing an infant's food. You definitely had to be. I'm going a little ableism here, but definitely something wrong with you mentally in order to steal someone's milk. And milk is gross too, so I don't know why the fuck you would drink that shit too. In the same Twitter thread, Kirsik also said that she felt judged and personalized for having to pump breast milk throughout her workday after having her babies. I ended up experiencing loss of project duties and receiving a lot of negative attitude from my male bosses and male middle management due to my lack of ability to physically be in a room, even though I was in the office actively working and responding to comms, Kubrick said. According to Stephanie Lynn Peters, after Wednesday threads, the unsanitary tables that they mentioned were removed. She pointed out that this is the third time she brought this up to leadership, and it took a public accusation on Twitter to create change. She concluded her thoughts by saying, "Real conversations with the independent contributors, not managers, at different parts of this company, one and learn from each other. We need to stop doing the legal minimum and start stepping up to do ethical maximum." The latest accusations join a slew of public accusations that have been revealed by various past and current employees in the wake of multiple gender discrimination lawsuits that were filed over the past year against ABK. Most notably, the California Department of Fair employees in housing filed a massive lawsuit against ABK this summer, accusing them of maintaining a sexist frat house-like environment that discriminated against women on a rampant level. In response to the lawsuit, ABK hired a firm known for union busting and had been accused by numerous employees of attempting to suppress the truth of the abuse accusations over the past several months. The scrutiny only continued to increase in response to ABK's apparent refusal to address and fix her allegedly toxic company culture. Oh, and that's the end of the article. And holy shit, this is bad. And another my only question is why? Why would you do this? Like, I don't understand like why dudes would think this is like acceptable behavior at all. Like, I have never looked at a woman and just looked at her and just been like, oh yeah, I'm stealing that milk. I'm stealing that milk. I never did it. So I don't understand why these guys are just doing that shit. And this is like really bad, and like they kept doing other shit to these women. So I don't understand. Like, I guess it's because a lot of these guys are like nerds. Well, I'm a nerd too, but a lot of these guys are fucking nerds, and this was like before like video games was like cool. This was before like comic books was like the shit. Like the Marvel movies are the shit now. So like nerd culture has definitely have seen a rise in popularity and acceptance. So a lot of these dudes are like very like are a lot older. So I think they were discriminated, or like not discriminated, but they were like bullied when they were like in high school and shit. And they try to get like women, but I guess women probably rejected them because they probably, to be honest, a lot of nerds do not take care of themselves. They don't shower, they don't fix their hair, they don't shave when they need to. I was one of them, sadly, until I think my senior year. That's when I actually started taking care of myself. I started doing my hair good. I started shaving. I started putting some lotion on so I wasn't so fucking ashy all the time. And I don't know if I got more confidence afterwards, and I definitely started feeling a lot better after I started doing that shit. But a lot of these dudes just didn't do that, and partly because they didn't get any advice from other people, and that's the main reason why I did that, because I had other people around me. They never said, "Oh, you should do this, 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 that." Well, no one I knew personally, but I did know, like, I did watch online, and they told me to do that shit, and I started doing that. I'm definitely happy I listened to them, because I definitely feel a lot better now. But they're very thankful that I have friends that did not allow me to go down this rabbit hole, because I think I was close. Sadly, I think I was close to being in the incel community. Thankfully, I'm way more based now. A leftist Chad, I am, yes, and I did not go down the incel rabbit hole. And yeah, this shit needs to stop. And I'm so glad that California is suing them. And a lot of these women definitely need like what's that word? Like they need a compensation for all the shit they had to go through with all this. So yeah, those were my thoughts, and that is the end of this segment.